Ew. Woo. I am live. What? That's crazy. Damn. All right. Here we got the veil. So shameless. I ain't heard you before in my life. Alright, Bumski. Truthfully, I'm gonna need the chat on my phone. I'm gonna need the chat. I'm gonna need the chat GPT on my phone. I'm gonna need the chat GPT on my phone. I'm gonna need the chat GPT on my phone. On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. Alright, boom. I got chat GPT on my phone. I can't believe Vibes Cartel called the chat GPT. That's wicked. Yo, that is wicked, bro. Jesus. On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. There's a second Happy Gilmore. That's crazy. Diddy's lawyers turn the tables. Humiliates what? Diddy's lawyers turn the tables. Humiliates witness? That's crazy. See, me personally, I would never. Hype for new clips? Me too. Me too, me too, me too. That's crazy. They call this man the sacrifice. DJ Academics doubles down on. Oh my god, that's such a stupid back and forth. But you know what? At the same time, it's really good promo for Absol. So I kind of want to see. I haven't watched Curtis in such a long time. I kind of want to see what he has to say. Oh, and I know Tiff sent this one to the chat. Tiff said, you know, maybe I should react to a Lil Wayne track. Drake sued over this collab. How Pusha T just confirmed Kendrick collab and Drake got soft. Oh, Lord. Drake got soft. Only fantastic hip hop can come up with some nonsense like that, bro. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Hey, Natasha, what's good? How you doing? Yeah, I haven't been live for so long on a Monday, so here I am. Here I am. I'm gonna listen to that Lil Wayne track. Drake just got exposed by Pusha T. Good afternoon, Rebecca. How are you? I just saw that. I have some videos that I want to watch about that, Natasha. I want to start with this. When is this Drake gonna expose? Yo, that's a legitimate question. That's a legitimate question. Lil Wayne. What is the song even called? Hold on, let me put in. When isn't he getting exposed? That's a strong question. I'm not gonna lie. Where's this new Lil Wayne track? Where can I watch it? Pusha T has confirmed that Kendrick Lamar has a feature on the Say Less. I love it. I love it. I love it. Where can I listen to this song? Hold on. I'm trying to find this song. I'm trying to find this song. I can't find it no more. Link to original video. Don't exist. What the hell? It's full auto-tune. I'm trying to hear it. I'm trying to hear it. I can't find it. Oh, fuzzy. I can't find it nowhere. Like, it don't exist. What's going on? Why is everybody beefing? Why is everyone beefing? The auto-tune Wayne song sucks. The one that he did a month ago is much better, and I don't even like Wayne. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, shoot. Say less. No, I don't disagree with you. I'm just curious. See, this is I saw you post this one in the chat, but did he delete the recent one?
Your home is your happy place until you come back to bad odors. Use Febreze plug-in. It alternates between 2 complementary scents to fight odors and provide freshness for up to 50 days. Try Febreze Plug.
I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, I'm too gnarly for your shit, bitch. I'ma make you go from calamari back to fish sticks. They put you in a whole new category when you this rich. I try to tell that bitch this every time that bitch. Told her not to nitpick, told her I'm too lit. Told her I got hoes trying to photo by my dick pics. Don't show your mama my dick pics. Told you I was big shit, wipe a nigga no sniff. Bloody clothes is drip. Silence on the Uzi, make that bitch go sit. I'm fire, you just flick. I put diamonds on her Fitbit. Family over click shit. It's big B's, we say blick shit. My blick dick is my big ship. They go yak like a big ship. I'm heartless, nigga, your shit skip. Stop talking, nigga, you get bit. Weezy, baby, I'm out of here. And I'm right inside your bitch lips. Family over conflict. Family over nonsense. Family on some mob shit. Kill a nigga over 5 cents. Family the only thing I love. Family all I got, bitch. $500,000 cause my AP go. Fuck it, might as well gon' sell my soul. I can't.
Where did that come from? No, hold on a second. I didn't play a single video. I checked every tab. There wasn't no volume icon on any of the tabs. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out, where is this coming from? Even though I never clicked anything. Okay, now I'm confused. This isn't the first time something like this happened before. This has happened to me multiple times. I'm just trying to figure out why that happened, even though I never clicked anything. Quality has breakdowns on it. Oh, for real? Maybe because everyone seems to hate the auto-tune. Auto-tune reminds me of the SoundCloud era of rap, and that's so over. Most of them are. I'm not saying that. And Juice X were only SoundCloud men I like. I mean, that's valid. You can throw a Lil Uzi Vert in there too. Lil Uzi in the SoundCloud era, he was fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like when the Uzi was in his bag in the SoundCloud era, he was out of here. But don't get it twisted. That's not my favorite version of Uzi though. My favorite version of Uzi is Eternal Atake Uzi. The Eternal Atake album that Lil Uzi put out, like, he was rapping like he was trying to compete with people. Like, he had bars, everything. I was shocked. Compared to what he dropped before, it was cool. Like, I liked it. Of course, it fit a certain vibe. And, of course, that was a part of a certain era. But Eternal Atake Uzi Vert, he left Earth. It sounded like he had rent due. You know what I'm saying? It literally sounded like he had rent due. It's true, though. One of those guys left and the rest of them, I mean, I don't disagree. You can't even understand what Lil Wayne is singing. It's all oh, Wayne. Wayne. Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
I'm kind of afraid to listen to.
Okay. So, I got Big Zo. So, I think Tiff sent this one in the Discord, if I'm correct. So, I'm going to use this one first before I even consider to watch anything else. If I like the song, I'll look at somebody else's video. If I like the song. Even Koala is the biggest Lil Wayne fan. Couldn't even understand what Lil Wayne was singing. Oh, no. No. Lil Wayne. Why? I thought it was Tuesday, low-key. Quickie, I'm dead. But you said to stream Monday, so here I am. What's up? Big Zo is awesome. I don't disagree. He's one of them ones. The Cry Fest, I turned it off. That's crazy. Alright, I'm going to check out Big Zo's video. I'm going to check out his video first. If for some reason I like the song, cringe, I already understood. Don't even worry. So, for some reason, if I like the song, I'll check out Koality's video to it. But if I don't like the song, I'm good. I'm good. So, with that being said, let's get started. Ugh. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of under the weather for, like, the weekend. I even went to work under the weather. I was stressed. Yo, okay, because I don't have too much time today, tomorrow we need to talk about my shift. We need to talk about my shift that I had yesterday. We need to talk about it. Like, we need to talk, because, oh my God. What the hell did I witness? Oh, and for anybody that's wondering, yeah, they played Nokia, and everyone's like, oh my God, it's Nokia. I'm sitting there, I'm like, can y'all shut up? Alright, cool. So let me get started. I kind of have a slight headache, I ain't gonna lie. That music was thumping loud. Alright. Y'all know what time it is? It's been a while. I'm here on a Monday. Let's make it happen. Yeah. Right here. Right here in the small box. Right here in the small box. Welcome back to Single City Reactions, only on the Flex My Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, I'm concerned. I'm not going to lie. I'm really concerned because everyone's saying this is a hot piece of trash. But I haven't listened to it yet. And for some reason, I go and look for it. It don't exist. Maybe it was a temperature check. A lot of artists be doing that nowadays. They're going to drop a single and see how it is and test the waters and see if people like it. Apparently, people never liked it, so I want to hear it. I want to hear it. So, with that being said, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop my videos or when I go live, like right now. I usually go, screw it. Anyway, let's go. Man, I'm out of it, but I'm here.
I'm kind of afraid to listen to this, but all right. Let's go to Lil Wayne. Let's see what Lil Wayne got. We're going to review this Lil Wayne song. This was posted. Shout out to my guy, My Humble Opinion, man. He reposted this. He said, I never have been and never will be a fan of auto.
Rebecca, I'm going to tell you this right now. A lot of people probably forgot about Hotline Bling ever since Nokia came out. I'm just saying.
Tunchi, just rap, man. Please. Not you begging the man to rap.
Please! Please! No!
Not Tyrese.
Please rap something, Wayne, please.
Not Tyrese looking like a slave. That's crazy.
We're begging you. All right, let's see what Wayne got.
Again!
Shout out to Unk Z. Unk Z with the super chat one time before we get started. You say your regular Discord is already full blood.
Damn.
Only zones. VC's full of. Y'all be on some shit, man. Y'all be on some shit. All right, let's see what Wayne got. All right.
Let's talk Carter 6. Fuck your favorite rapper, homie Wayne in this bitch. Don't you ever in your motherfucking life say I'm done. 20 years later, still charting number one.
So listen, I know we just started, but so far I could already hear that Manny Fresh is responsible for the production. I really hope Manny Fresh not trying to bring 1999 and the 2000s back right now, because we 25 years past that shit right now, bro. And I really hope that's not what I'm about to hear on this shit, but we gonna see, man. Still charting number one. That's some 1999 shit right there.
Oh my. So that's what we doing now? I'm sorry, I'm just curious. I'm just trying to see what he has to say. I'm just trying to see the song. Let's go.
I'm not gonna lie, that's some 1999 shit right there. Motherfuckers still charting number one. That's some 1999 shit right there, bro. Who does that anymore, bro? We've been doing echoes since 1996, dog. Come on, man.
Imagine the Echoes upgrade to auto-tune. That's so crazy.
Oh man, let Manny Fresh make the beat, and then let's do something else on the other side, man. Let's still chart number one. Golly, man. Yo, shout out to Elite Shadow with the bits on Twitch. Said plenty rappers, but they outdated old ass flows trying to convince me that you they favorite. There's a Kendrick bar for every situation, y'all. I'm sorry, that's the real deal here. There's a Kendrick bar for every situation. Stall him out. My dog said stall him out.
Is that embarrassing?
Right, we going. Let's go.
Anybody want me dead? Is there some money on my head, Lord? And do they wanna see me ghost? Am I who they wanna see the most, Lord? No. I know there's beautiful bodies in the afterlife. Over the gateway, upside down, and I've been waiting.
Shut up! Shut up! What is this? Shut up! Brother, what is this?
What is that? I'm not a fan of the auto-tune. I'm not a fan of the singing. I'm not a fan of the Wayne. Hold on, man. We got to talk to Wayne real quick, man. Before we start this, because
Bro, literally, Lil Wayne sound like he belongs in Toronto right now. Just with all these auto-tune demons. He's running around Toronto with a bunch of ATDs. Just, they all trying to sing on some auto-tune. Like, yo, what is this? Lil Wayne is a professional leaner. It's crazy. Heart garbage is, oh my God.
I feel like this is gonna go bad. But I got a very open mind right now. I'm listening. Wayne, we haven't heard you in a while. People want to hear what you got, Wayne. They want to hear you come back and prove to everybody that you Wayne. They want you to come back and prove
this
ain't
shit.
Wayne. Why are we doing auto-tune? Why are we doing auto-tune right now? Why are we singing right now? Now, maybe...
Bro, someone tell friggin' Jay-Z to come back and make a Death of Auto-Tune Part 2, because I had enough of this.
Maybe if there's like maybe if there's a shift where this changes, that's cool. But why are we doing this, dog? Like, people want to hear you rap, dog. Like, this not the time for you to be doing this. Now, I get it. You got to add some flavor. You got to come back, do your thing. Been waiting, wait. You already started. Still number one. Let's stay with the times here, man. You trying to show everybody that you can hang with the people that's rapping now. So that's what we trying to hear, dog. So, come on, man.
Waiting on heaven to come. People don't come home, but you ain't shit. Scratch my back with a hacksaw. Yeah, I'm coughing up the smoke from the fucking bridges burning. And once I made it cause
Yo, what's good, CW? How you doing, bro? How you doing?
never look back across. So fuck the other side, fuck them boys, I hate y'all. Smallest finger got more stones than a graveyard. Little nigga hella strong like a brave heart. Don't wanna see me shine, you got problems like Ray Charles. Bang on whoever banging, bitch, I gotta bang. A demon straight out New Orleans, acting like a saint. So coach, please tell your team that it's not a game. Cause I treat all 4 quarters like pocket change.
All right, I'm still not feeling the auto tune, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The auto tune is throwing me. I mean, he's saying some things in here, but the auto tune is making me feel like it's elementary, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I hate straight melodic bars.
Bro, T-Pain sounds like he can fit in here. Same way how Dodie Six was moving, it literally just sounds like Wayne can fit here. I feel like if Wayne was to move to Canada and be a Canadian citizen for some whatever reason, I feel like all his songs are going to chart if they sound like this. If all of his songs sound like this for the rest of his life, he is going to be a #1 charting artist in Canada, and that's a fact. There's no way Lil Wayne put this out and thought this was good. There's absolutely no way. I would love to know who was in the room with him when he said, I'm going to go ahead and upload. Who the hell was in the room with him? Like, bro, you are not Kendrick Lamar. You are not Kendrick Lamar. You're not Kendrick Lamar. Lean is cough syrup, yeah. Literally. You know what I'm saying? If you say, for example, you have some Z-Quil and you pour out the whole Z-Quil in the cup with some ice, and then you put Sprite on top of it, and all of a sudden you got some grape drink. Yo, you got some grape drink.
It's like, you can't just do melodic bars through the whole thing. I feel like that's very lazy, and it's just not doing it for me. Auto-tune is throwing it off. It's giving me elementary, and it's making me skip the bars where you actually saying something. It's making me skip it. Shout out to Pink Starburst with the...
Brother, there's no way Manny Fresh was in the room and said, yeah, we can ship this. There's no way. There's absolutely... Bro, no. You're in the room with Manny Fresh, my nigga. No, he wasn't there. Manny Fresh was not there. Lil Wayne thought he can pull a Kendrick and say, oh, nah, let me just drop this. They're not ready. They're not ready. They gonna hear this and be like, oh, Lil Wayne is so sophisticated. He's so profound. He's so unique. He's so innovative. Nigga, it sounds like you don't even know what you're doing. It sounds like you're in the booth by yourself hitting a bunch of buttons thinking this shit gonna fly. Like, you listen back to this and you thought, oh, yeah, this is good. Nigga. I was just gonna say that. No way.
Bits on Twitch one time said, this is Lollipop Part 2. Stop hating. Stop it. Lollipop.
Stop. Lollipop was a different track. Lollipop was a different track, and that was a different time. If you were to do a Lollipop Part 2 now, it's not gonna work. You'd have to change the whole song. This is a Manny Fresh beat. He was there. Bro, I'm telling you right now, Quickie, I promise you. Bro. Look, Manny Fresh wasn't in the room. He probably sent this to me like, yo, what do you think of this? And Lil Wayne's like, I'm gonna make a song over it. Nigga. The hell is going on, bro? This is nonsense. This shit trash. This shit sound like when you in the booth with some trash. You in the booth with Oscar the Grouch thinking that this shit gonna fly. This shit is garbage. That's what I'm saying, bro. Manny Fresh probably gave him the beat, and Lil Wayne has said, let me go back to old Wayne, thinking this shit gonna work. Garbage. Are you the only one that didn't like Wayne? All right, Rebecca, I'm not even gonna lie to you. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now, honest with you right now, I'm pretty sure for at least the dudes in here, because for the women, I'm not too sure. There's definitely a lot of tracks that the women did like by Lil Wayne. But for all the dudes in here, when Lil Wayne first started and to the point where he was at the top, like at his best in his career, all the dudes were fans. I was a fan of Wayne. I'm sorry. And I've been a fan of Wayne since GOAT DJ and Fireman. Like when I was sitting down in front of my TV when I was a kid and I was watching 106 in Park and I heard Fireman and GOAT DJ. Honestly, GOAT DJ has a better beat. When I heard Gold DJ for the first time by Lil Wayne, I said, this is dope. This is dope. If you go back and listen to that song again, hearing that beat, that Manny Fresh beat, it's cold. It's cold. Just never got into his career and still can't. I don't disagree. But but Rebecca, if I'm going to be honest, there's definitely some songs that you would like, but you can still like hate the person. You know what I'm saying? His come up was legendary. Facts. Yo, y'all remember when Lil Wayne used to get on everybody's beat and body them on their own track? That was peak. That was peak Lil Wayne right there. Facts.
Pop was good for his time. We in 2025 now. It's over. Lollipop is not working today. All right. Mo with the super chat. What's up? Said every time Wayne does auto-tune, I check out. He got bars. I can't stand auto-tune. That's what I'm saying. I feel like the auto-tune makes you like, it makes you forget what you listening to. It makes you feel like, bro, like you got bars. Like it's distracting to me. Maybe not for everybody, but.
And trust me, I've tried to like Wayne, but for some reason the guy does shit that makes me keep saying, nope, not it. Hey, I don't disagree. I mean, the one song that everybody can love is like Miss Officer. I feel like you'll like Miss. I don't know if you've heard Miss Officer before, but I know for a fact whenever like a woman listens to Miss Officer, they automatically love Miss Officer. So Miss Officer might be the one for you. No, I never listened to Lil Wayne, so I am with you, girl. Damn. Carter One Birdman Jr. is when he started getting his lyrics over everything. Oh, facts. No Love was the only song I liked Wayne, but that song has meaning to me. That's fair.
But to me, it's distracting. All right. Chocolate Tie with the bits on Twitch. Let's go. Said he trying to catch that Carter 3 lightning again. It ain't gonna happen. Man.
Come on, man.
Said shawty want a thug. Bottles in the club.
But that song was tough.
Shawty want a thug.
That song was tough. Okay, no, stop. That song was tough. Like Lollipop, when it first came out, that song was tough. Like, that song was the #1 song of the year. That song was like, Lollipop was the #1 song of the year when that came out. If y'all remember Notarized, 106 and Party. If y'all remember 106 and Party, and before that, they would do Notarized for the whole day on the New Year's. I know y'all remember that. When you tune into channel 49 on New Year's Eve, and they're playing the top 100 music videos that came out that year. And people would sit there. People would wake up and sit there just to watch from 100 all the way down to 1. Bro, I remember that. Facts. And yo, for that year, Lollipop was #1 because everyone's trying to figure out what song was it? What song was #1? And then all you see is Lil Wayne Lollipop, like, yeah. I remember that, bro. I remember that. God damn, honestly, bro, I miss 106 in Park so much. 106 in Park growing up was so, like, bro, if you were in Canada and you're watching Much Music, knowing that 106 in Park existed, oh, it was up. It was up for Much. Facts. Lollipop had MySpace on the chokehold. Yo, I was never like around for like the whole MySpace itch because I was too young. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was too young. Oh my god. Favorite Lil Wayne song is Dear Summer. When he raps about Hurricane Katrina, you feel the pain in the track. Oh, valid. Rebecca, I got you. I agree. I can't stand Lil Wayne. What's up, Flex? I have a... first of all, NK's here. Yo, what's good, NK? What's poppin'? I have a controversial opinion on Wayne. I think he's a phenomenal rapper, but an okay artist. Like, his overall artistry and concepts on albums are mid to me, but he's a great rapper. I don't disagree. Okay. for the point that you're talking about, like for everything that you said in your point, I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from, because if you look at it technically speaking, like Wayne definitely has like he has the talent, and he has that aura. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at his career technically speaking, there's a lot of areas of concern. So I do see where you're coming from. I like maybe 5 songs from Lil Wayne in total. Natasha, I can't say I actually hate him. Like, I think Kendrick concepts and overall artistry, or even Kanye when he was still good, valid. Stop, makes me feel old. Most people don't even know how much music was. Thanks for making me feel old, Flex. I miss so much. Hey, first of all, it was Quickie that brought up MySpace. Let's make that clear. I brought up Much Music. Also, the place that I worked at yesterday, so the place that I went to yesterday for work, it was literally by the old, like, Much Music building. If you remember when you watched the TV and they were filming live, and everybody was crowding around the building trying to be on TV, bro, the place was right there. The place was right there. It was crazy. But okay, let's be serious though. Hey, Tiny's here. He made Swag Surf better. Shit, Swag Surf was good regardless. That building was iconic. I miss that building so much. And it will never be the same again unless they try to like they try to be innovative. But let's get back to the video though.
Bottles in the club. All right, let's get to it. Maybe there's some redemption. I don't know, but we kind of halfway through this already. Oh, shit, man. I don't know. This ain't looking good, y'all.
The anxiety was starting to inspire me to pop a couple, you know what's mixed with, you know how it be, allowing me to watch the clouds compete, to be the cloud for me. Clouded vision helps my eyes retreat, then I hide from me. World War III, the inner me versus the outer me. Catastrophe versus collateral versus commodity. Canaveries will kill the cannibal that killed the colony. Condolences become so commonly, it's comedy, and that's the truth.
All right, that little section right there, that was showcasing some skills. Okay, I fucks with that. That showcase.
Here's the problem with that section, because he's right. That section, he was showing off a little, you know. He went on a little. Like the run that he just went on was a little nice. It was cool. You know, he really definitely let the flow fly. The problem is, I hate the beat. I hate the beat so much. That's what I'm saying. That might be a Manny Fresh beat, but I don't even think that was Manny Fresh for real, if you're going to be honest. I don't like that beat at all, bro. I don't like that beat. Anyone old enough to know knows that that building meant to us. Oh, facts. Rebecca, facts. It really is, if you know kind of situation. That's literally it. Because, yo, people used to watch that on TV. About the Much Music video, but the Much Music building, it's not the same no more. If they try to bring that back, they'd have to incorporate TikTok. They have to incorporate social media. They have to see different ways how to get people engaged, how to get people to crowd around the building again. They would have to find so many different ways. Y'all gonna have to go call Drake. Like, sidebar: the GNX show is the greatest live show I've ever seen. If you can still make it go, you better be there, Flex. Is the car hanging off the building still? Okay, so the side, I don't know. Because the side of the building I was on, I didn't see the car. So I'm kind of concerned. I hope they never took it off, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Some skills, but again, the auto-tune just kills it for me. Like, it kind of makes me miss what you saying, and I feel like a lot of other people gonna miss what you saying. I was trying to hear it, but let's go back.
Out of game, cause I treat all 4 quarters like pocket change. The anxiety was starting to inspire me to pop a couple, you know what's mixed with, you know how it be, allowing me to watch the clouds compete, to be the cloud for me. Clouded vision helps my eyes retreat, then I hide from me. World War III, the inner me versus the outer me. Catastrophe versus collateral.
World War III, the inner me versus the outer me.
Collateral versus commodity, canaveries will kill the cannibal that killed the colony. Condolences become so comedy, it's comedy, and that's the truth. Cause I just couldn't lie no more. Didn't feel alive no more. I don't know.
Bro, this sounds like in the 2010s. When you had all those, yo, this literally sounds like the 2010s when you had them new niggas. The new niggas coming in and everybody was using auto-tune like that shit was fire. If y'all remember, when you had the new boys and all of them trying to use auto-tune, that's literally what this sound like. So this don't even sound like the Lollipop era. Pause. This sounds like the 2010s. Wayne disappointed, I'll admit it. Okay, he needs to redo this. Without the stop, I have decided that what ruined it was using the auto-tune. Yeah. It's still surreal that I want to go to the GNX concert. That shit don't feel real being a part of hip-hop history. Bro, you wake up, my guy. He's a few ways too late to be using that much auto-tune. I mean, he's still gonna use it. I knew that. And I knew that. I knew that. But that a lot of people won't know that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Look up the BGs. Trust. Wayne is old as hell. I don't even know. I'm not gonna finish this video. I'm just here for the track. So.
Know how to die no more. Don't know if I should blame you or the juice. Why? Cause I ain't sipping light no more. I ain't even mixing Sprite no more. Nigga, I ain't being nice no more. Don't know if I should blame you or the glue. Why? Cause shit just wasn't tight no more. Shit just wasn't right no more. Nigga, don't put me on ice no more.
No, hold on, Quickie. Do you remember in the 2010s when all those dance crazes were coming out? When you had the jerkin movement all the way in California with the Teach Me How to Dougie with Yikin. Don't you remember when they were like, I don't know if you remember, but a lot of those kids, bro, and you can add freaking Tyga in there too, because Tyga was using auto-tune around the time too. Same with Chris when he was hanging with them kids dancing. Bro, a lot of those songs have so much auto-tune, bro, it will piss you off, I swear. Trust me, bro. It will piss you off if you go back and listen to that. Bro, I remember there were some songs. Dudes sound like robots, bro. Dudes out here rapping like robots, I swear to you. It was not it. It was not it, bro. Auto-tune is so annoying. I don't like it like that, bro. And then when you come here and you listen to the artists out here in Toronto still using auto-tune to this day, like it works. It don't work. Auto-tune doesn't work no more. It takes a certain artist to make it work. T-Pain made it work, even though he never needed it. For Travis Scott, look at what it did for him. For Travis Scott, it worked. Auto-tune doesn't work for everybody. It don't work for everybody. So, I don't understand why people continue to do this, knowing that the reason why a lot of rappers pop off, that a lot of rappers fly, is that they have a unique voice when they rap. That's what make it work for a lot of these rappers. If you have the kind of voice that's going to stand out for the rest, and you can flow, and you can rap, you can spit bars, bro, you're going to fly. And even if you can't, if your track has a good hook, and then your label knows how to market you correctly, you're going to fly. Bro, two easy examples. There's two easy examples of this. Of people that have just a unique voice, and then because of their voice, they just get super popular. One of them, and this is the easiest one to list, one of them is Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke's voice literally is the reason why he's famous. R.I.P. Another rapper that you can throw in there is Lil Bibby. For the people that know Lil Bibby, you know that baby face ass nigga got one of the deepest voices y'all ever heard in y'all lives. Trust me. But that's another dude as well. And the third, which is kind of recent to be honest, but yo, look at Big X the Plug. Big X the Plug easily. Him by himself. Just the way his voice is, the way he rap. Bro, and then you hearing this, bro, it's easy. It's easy, bro. It definitely works for a select few. Can we get back to talent, please? Girl, I don't disagree. I just don't know when that's going to happen. No, Natasha, if you remember Backseat Freestyle. So I don't know if anybody realized this about Backseat Freestyle, but there was a moment in the song where he literally sounded like other people. So first in Backseat Freestyle, he sounded like Eminem. So the first rapper that he sounded like was Eminem when he was on they told me to go ride. You know what I'm saying? Like he had that Eminem cadence. And then after he switched from M to I think Tech 9 if I'm correct. Because that's when his voice started to get distorted. Like there was some distortion in his voice. So that's technically auto-tune right there as well. People heard Trap Soul by Bryson Tiller and these emotional gangsters start going crazy with auto-tune. My God, that's so true. Hip-hop sounds diluted and tainted with auto-tune to my ears. I don't disagree. Your voice is 80% of why people like you. Facts. Same with Ye using auto-tune. It sounds horrible to me. Facts. Same with MF Doom voice cadence, which is why he's... That's literally so true with MF Doom himself. That's why he's your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's literally known for. You know, even Lloyd Banks. Think about that. Early 2000s, Lloyd Banks. I'm on fire. Up in here. It's burning hot. We on fire. Come on. The hell you doing here on a Monday? Girl, I'm streaming. Girl, I am streaming. That's what I'm doing. Doing's my favorite. Shit. Valid. Hey, NK, that's super valid, bro. I just have a different appreciation for MF Doom, bro. That's all I know. Golly, bro. I'm not finishing this, though. I heard the track. It's hot trash. I'm not here for it. This was disappointing. I don't like it. Get it out my face. I don't want to hear this no more. If this is what's coming on the album, you keep that album. Because I promise you right now, I will not listen to it. Same with friggin' Abrisha. For friggin' Abrisha out here in Canada. Abrisha. Y'all know Abrisha, right? Abrisha. Alright, cool. So same for Abrisha. I'm not listening to his album, period, bro. I'm not going to listen to it. I still never listened to what's that last one with Party Next Door, Something Sexy For You? I still never listened to it. I only listened to like about 3-4 songs off of it. And that's it. Whoever was the person that made me listen to Meet Your Padre, I'm still pissed. Lloyd Banks is a perfect example. His voice was unique and monotone. Even Guru from Gangstar. Oh, NK. Bree's crazy. What y'all listening to? That new Lil Wayne. We listen to that new Lil Wayne. Garbage. The best rappers turn their voice into instruments. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kendrick, Goats, Eminem, and Jay-Z. Valid. Abrisha. Wayne is supposed to be dropping Friday too. He better keep it. The latest Wayne contribution to the world is garbage. It's garbage. Yeah, nope, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. This ain't it. I'm not. That was terrible. That was terrible. Facts. I do not like it. That was not it. I am not a fan. I am not a fan. All right. Curtis! Bro, I haven't listened to a Curtis King video in such a long time. Crazy. Oh yeah, Tiff. That's why I checked it out. You put it in Discord. Let Twin hear some. Nah. I know she already stressed. I don't need her to listen to that right now. Hey Flex, you see how Def Jam dropped clips for having that track with Kendrick because of the lawsuit? Are you serious? Wait, what? Def Jam dropped. Nah, hold on. Okay, this might be more serious than I thought. This might be more serious than I thought. Because I got this video by the Ville right here saying the same thing.
Now, this story.
Yeah, we gon' let me get started. Let me get started. Let me get started because Def Jam did what? To who? Oh my God. UMG is holding Kendrick out of Clip's album. Why? They don't want the niggas to come together to give people some new to give some us like what new slave songs or some shit. I be teasing. So, Def Jam did what? To who? To the Clips? Why? That makes no sense. Yeah, definitely gonna check out the Ville. Don't worry, I'm right here. Trust me. When I was sitting back trying to look for videos, I saw this. I saw Curtis. I saw Big Zoe. And I said, this is what we're doing today. This is exactly what we're doing today. And here we are. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright? Y'all know what time it is? Let's make it happen. Yo. Right here. Right here in the small box. Welcome back to Single City Reactions, only on the Flex Mind Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. Oh boy. What's going on behind the scenes is my question. Bro, it's a Monday afternoon. It's a Monday 4 p.m. in the afternoon. What is going on behind the scenes is my question. When I see things like this, immediately I ask, what does this mean? What is going on? And I'm not talking face value. I'm always looking deeper. Always. Anytime there's curtains in front of me, I move the curtains to the side to try to see what's past the curtains. Because I want to know more when it comes to things like this. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's dive in with this. Listen, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Hit that notification button to get notified when I drop my videos or when I'm live like right now. And let's dive in. Let's see what's up. What's going on?
Now, this story is interesting for multiple reasons, but let's get into it so we can see what's going on. Because Pusha T had recently did an interview with GQ magazine.
Rock Nation is hit with a RICO? Rock Nation is hit with a RICO? What? You're lying.
And he had spoke out about his relationship with Def Jam and the issues that he had because of a Kendrick Lamar feature. It says here that Pusha T says that Def Jam dropped him and Clips as a group because of the Kendrick Lamar feature that they had. Now, taking a quick look at the album that's set to release, they have this album called Let God Sort 'Em Out. And if you can remember on this channel, I've talked about it a few times. They had a song with Kendrick Lamar. They had a feature with Kendrick Lamar on a song called Chains and Whips. Now, this is speculative at the moment. It says here that this track list is unconfirmed.
Ooh, let me tell you, hold on. Let me tell you something. As much as I'm ready for this right here, Chains and Whips featuring Kendrick Lamar, let me tell y'all something. This right here, anytime you see John Legend featured on a rap track, y'all already know that listen, that chorus, that hook is going to be fire. One thing about John Legend is that he don't miss. If his only job is to make a hook on a track, he don't miss. He never missed. Never. He's different. I don't know how he does it, but he makes it work effortlessly. I literally don't know how. The one song that really stood out to me was the DJ Khaled track with Nipsey and John Legend. The song was called Higher or something like that. Oh my God. Oh my, that's a song right there. But yo, Clips with the John Legend right there? Yeah, I need that. I need that one too. That one's important.
The recent single snippets and song titles sourced from streaming services, PROs, and social media.
Yo, Quickie, facts. Facts. It's going to be booming for real.
It is purely speculative and has not been confirmed by the artist. It says that they'll update this list soon whenever they can. Now, the official track list is unconfirmed, as they say, but we could confirm that one of the songs that people had talked about was a feature with Kendrick Lamar. Back to the past, at least in 2024, there was an article that was posted that said Clips signed with Def Jam ahead of new album, Let God Sort Him Out, the same album that we're talking about, right? It says here, while Pusha T is already signed to the label as a solo artist, the duo have opted to ink a deal with a storied company after their prior albums were handled by a variety of labels, including Jive and Arista. The deal was announced on Monday, October 28th by Malice on Instagram, where he posted a picture of himself in Def Jam's office, standing in front of a TV that said, Def Jam welcomes Clips. I think they had removed the Def Jam photo because it says that it's no longer available. I'm not signed in at the time, but I do remember that they were in the office of Def Jam where they had shared that picture. So I do remember when that was first shared the first time around last year. Pusha T had said to Vulture, he said, I think this is where you get the difference between taste and filler. The music is curated. This is high taste level piece of work. You can only have that level of taste when you have fundamentals down to a science. I think it's been definitely missing. Then there's the competitive aspect. So they talk about signing with Def Jam. They've given their opinions. They've talked about the album a little bit after this, after being signed to them, but it doesn't look like it ended there. It looks like it started going sour. It looks like it started going south because of the relationship that Clips and Pusha T have with Kendrick Lamar. Now, the album is expected to come out in the summertime, July 11, 2025. But like I said in the beginning of the video, Pusha T had did an interview with GQ magazine where he had opened up with the fallout of Def Jam. Because the article we just read, it said that he had signed in October 28th, just about 7 or 8 months ago. The fact that he had a fallout with Def Jam that quick is crazy. Hasn't even been signed to them for a whole year yet, and they already had issues. The things that he talks about in that interview, speaking about Def Jam, he said, if you expected the album last year, the brothers sympathized. So did they. Pusha says they felt confident, proud, and assured of themselves when they presented the music to Def Jam. The label loved what they heard, except for Kendrick Lamar's guest verse on the Thunderous Chains and Whips, the final version of the song.
But you know why. You know why. It's better for Clips to go the indie route. This is probably why. This is probably the reason Kendrick never dropped his features. She had, amongst else, hidden cams in her daughter and son-in-law bedroom. Excuse me? I'm sorry, what is happening here? It's Desiree who got them there? Oh, you talking about Desiree Perez. Oh, you talking about... That's hips. Jesus Christ, Tiff. Jesus God, Tiff. Magnificent by Rick Ross and John Legend still sound like fresh. Listen, trust me, bro. Two Boogeyman, Kendrick, and Push that are both to join Lobby. Oh my god. Flex, that's cap. John Legend definitely Miss Ordinary People was whack. And the ninja has hips. That's crazy. Yo, Tiff, that is insane. What the hell? Like, Jesus God. That is so crazy. Yo, what the hell? First of all, I'm not talking about his songs. I'm talking about the songs he's featured on. And I'm talking specifically rap songs that he's featured on. For the rap songs that John Legend is featured on, he don't miss the hook. And honestly speaking, Ordinary People was very good. I liked Ordinary People. What? Nah. Ordinary People was amazing. That was amazing. So, I don't know. Maybe you have your own bias and I got my own bias, but I liked Ordinary People. John Legend having hips is wild. Oh, shoot. But going back to this now. Y'all know why. Y'all know why Def Jam doesn't like chains and whips. Y'all know exactly why. Hey, let me tell y'all something right now. For everybody that's in this chat, you know why. You know why. And here's why. Look at the song. Look at the clips. And look at Kendrick Lamar. You know exactly what they're going to do with that song. I feel like Chains and Whips is so empowering that it would have pushed the culture shift further. That's what I feel like. I feel like Chains and Whips with Kendrick Lamar in there with the Clips, you know, having No Malice and Pusha T there. I feel like that song would be so empowering. It would push the shift. Like, y'all remember that shift that we've been talking about in the music industry? How some artists just can't, or they're just not it no more. Like, there's literally a ton of artists that are just not it no more. I feel like that song would push the shift so much further forward that a lot of artists would be getting out of here. That's what I think about Chains and Whips. I feel like Kendrick Lamar and Pusha T will be rapping some ish that's gonna make us sit there and be like, you know what, nigga? You right, bro. What are they talking about over here in this office? What the hell are they talking about over there? Talking about they gonna dictate my life. The hell is Oh my goodness. That's what I think. That's what I think about Chains and Whips, man. Oh my God. What? What? Yo, NK, you think Ordinary People was mad corny? What? I don't know. Maybe it's my ear. Maybe it's my ear, because my ear allows a lot of good things that just, like, not even good things, but my ear allows a lot of songs that just sound good to me. So maybe it's my ear. I don't know. But all I know is I like Ordinary People. Damn. She had her daughter, Baker, acted, and her son-in-law unlawfully arrested 6 times, I think. My God. John Legend closing the kitchen cabinet with his hips even more wide. John Legend said, boop. Yeah, shut up. You were like Ordinary People. Girl, you hating. Tiff, you hating. It's some wild stuff in that case. My goodness. That's what I love. The fact that Kendrick just dropped and kept it moving for real. Hey, and we all have our tastes valid. Now that Pusha T and Clips are signed to Rock Nation, produced by Pharrell and Jay-Z as a special feature. No, I actually don't know why. Oh, you don't know why? Okay, so history has shown anytime when it comes to certain like African American artists that actually have a song that can like empower the people, history has shown that depending on who is making a song or what kind of like mindset they're in, if you have a song that can really unite people and really bring people together to say what they're doing is wrong, like, this is not something I'm making up. History has shown this. Anytime there's a song that really empowers people, that just goes to show you that the powers up above, the powers that be up above in those offices, up in those big buildings, they don't want those narratives to come out. Or here's another way that we'll do it, or that they'll do it, because these kind of songs come out all the time. You got to remember Pusha T, the Clips in general, because Pusha T and No Malice have been around for a hot minute, and they've been making moves in the fashion industry, the fashion industry. So now they have a different kind of network. So I feel like now, with the kind of people that the Clips has on their side, or the kind of people that associate themselves with the Clips, I feel like they got a lot of I feel like they got a lot of people in high places. So if a song like that was to come out and they get support from some of those people, that would have changed a lot of things. So it kind of makes sense that they don't put that song out. But here's the other way. Here's the other way they would do this. Because like I said, songs like this come out all the time. There's a lot of artists out there that just don't have the marketing power. There's a lot of artists out there that just don't have the marketing power, but they do put songs out like this. It's all control. Everything about this is just saying control. So they're still trying to control some part of the narrative. That's what I believe. We've never heard the song either. Rebecca, we've never heard the song. We've never heard Chains and Whips. We're still waiting for the song. But you can already tell by the timeline of what is happening that they still want to control this. They don't want this out. We know what Kendrick is going to say on this. He's been saying it, but he just never had the proper marketing push. That's why they let All Right fly. That's why they let all his songs fly, to be honest. That's why literally King Kuta flies, because they never had the marketing push. The clips with Kendrick, knowing what Kendrick is doing out there in the stages, out there in all those stadiums, knowing that if Pusha T drops this, if he drops this song on Friday or on whenever the 11th is, if Pusha T drops this song on the 11th, knowing that Kendrick Lamar still has tour dates, Kendrick Lamar is going to perform this on his tour. So they had to stop this song from coming out. I'm telling you. I am telling you right now. This is how they move. This kind of like timeline, this kind of information is not new to me no more. We've been seeing this. There's multiple case studies out there. Not saying that this is like a court-specific kind of thing, but we know how to do our research. We know how to find these kind of instances. Those case studies are definitely out there. These are things that you can Google now. Where songs were shut down because of the similar content matter that you can tell from the track. Trust me. Hold on. This album is going to be great. That's true, Flex. The same reason why they only allow certain narratives in mainstream rap. Exactly, bruh. Why do you think Sexy Red flies right now? That's the narrative that they want to push. That's why Sexy Red, you see her everywhere. That's why they're giving her merchandise. That's why her name is a brand now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nasty out here. They separate hip-hop from the revolutionary roots, the Black Panther Party, etc. Amen. Amen. Oh, the white man heard Chains and Whips and said, oh, hell no. That's exactly what happened. Literally, that's you. If you were to like tell someone that just wasn't like, that just doesn't have the knowledge or the intelligence to understand, literally that point or that comment that Tiff made is how you say what is going on with this song. Shout out to the Clips, because the collab with Cause, which he is super urban hip hop, vinyl with t-shirts, Def Jam was scared of that, but it's too late. That's a good point. But that just goes to show you how powerful hip hop is. Because look at the pillars. Look at the pillars at work. You got the producer, you got the rapper, and you got the merch, the clothes, the fashion. Knowing what they did, knowing what they can do, knowing where Pusha T was. Pusha T was at the, what's it called, the Met Gala, or whatever you call that. He was at the Met Gala for Louis Vuitton. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. So, in other words, the industry still wants slaves, and if not, you're a bad person, get out. Yup. No, I wasn't talking about the Chains and Whips. I haven't heard Ordinary People. Oh, Ordinary. Oh, I mean, you can go listen to it. I like Ordinary People. Trying to sum it up in a neat package. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, that's literally what it is. It's all to control. It's a power move. This is what they do. All this right here is what they do. This isn't new. This has been going on. This has been going on all the way back when you want to go back to when they were stealing music from black people. All the way back in those times. That was their original idea. Whatever song they got, we'll take it and then just put some white people on it. That's what they used to do. Now that we're moving ahead with times, and now that they kind of understand their role and their power better, they can do this. And there's nothing you can do about it because you're not in their seat. That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing for real. Let's keep going.
That Pharrell teases at the Louis Vuitton runway show. And the song Pusha Says was the first to come out of their sessions. Don't be fooled by Pusha's interviews appealing for one last guest verse and the Twitter jokes that he went to the GNX tour date to physically walk Kendrick into the nearest studio. K-Dot's verse homework has been turned in for a while now. So this is what I talked about. I thought Pusha T had met Kendrick at the concert. He had went to the GNX tour. I thought he had pulled up there to try to get a verse. It looks like Kendrick had gave him a verse a long time ago. And going back to that song, they brought up Chains and Whips again. But after a summer of beef between their two biggest artists that resulted in a still ongoing lawsuit from Drake, Def Jam's parent company, UMG, blanched at the antagonistic optics of two of Drake's biggest enemies linking on wax. Pusha calls their apprehension stupid. None of the bars in Kendrick's otherwise excellent verse could really be perceived as a shot or even subliminal. It does, however, contain a stellar line. Therapy taught me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a fuck. And Genius is confirming here that they're referring to Chains and Whips. GQ interview is labeled here, listed here for the song lyrics in Kendrick Lamar's verse. So it seems like Def Jam is starting to choose a side. Even though Kendrick wasn't throwing any subliminals and he wasn't dissing anybody, going based off what Pusha T said, Def Jam still didn't like. They didn't like that Drake's biggest ops, Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar, were going to get on a song together. Now it follows up by saying that Pusha can barely contain his disgust, recounting how the statement with Def Jam played out. They wanted me to ask Kendrick to censor his verse, which of course I was never doing, he explains. And then they wanted me to take the record off. And so after a month of not doing it, Steve Golly, the lawyer over there, was like, we'll just drop the clips. But that can't work because I'm still there solo. But if they let us all go, sure enough, Def Jam eventually agreed to release the clips and drop Pusha as a solo artist as well, freeing the duo up to the shop for a new home. With a finished clips album and plenty more music in their pockets, ultimately, Pusha says the endeavor was gratifying. It felt good to even see how other labels were buying for the project. Now, as they teased last week, with a picture in front of the label's plain insignia, they've ended up at Jay-Z's Rock Nation, where they feel fully supported and energized. I think that's the synergy, just in a rap sense, is going to speak volumes, Pusha says of their partnership. So Rock Nation picks them up after Def Jam drops them. Def Jam drops them because they did not want Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar on the song. Despite the fact that this song wasn't a diss, despite the fact that there was no subs, according to Pusha T, and I'm pretty sure Pusha T would know a sub if he heard it, but that one line talking about therapy and not giving a fuck, that line really made them feel some type of way is crazy to me, because that doesn't even sound offensive. That doesn't even sound crazy at all for you to be offended, but we know what it is. Def Jam didn't want Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar together on the song. For somebody at Def Jam's team, one of their lawyers telling Pusha T, can you tell Kendrick to censor his verse? And then he wasn't going to do that, obviously not. And then he tells them, you know what, just drop them from the label. If they're not going to do anything, just drop them. Seems very dramatic, seems very drastic. And it started to make me think, what relationship does Def Jam have with Drake that makes them feel like they had to do this? They had to make this decision. I don't know their current relationship now, but Lair Cohen is a very important individual when it comes to behind-the-scenes situations. Lair Cohen, on trying to bring Drake to Def Jam, the truth is he shook my hand. Now, this is back in 2018. He was on The Breakfast Club, had spoke to them. He had spoke on how he almost inked a deal with Drake while heading to Def Jam. In an interview with Complex back in 2010, when Cohen helmed Warner Music Group, after leaving Def Jam, the exec talked about another situation where the deal with Drake had fell through. Speaking on new artists, many people were expecting Drake to sign with Warner Music. Did it disappoint you that he ended up going with Universal Motown? So it looks like this person, and I think now they work for YouTube, they tried to sign Drake back in 2018. It didn't fall through perfectly, but you could see that Def Jam has been trying to sign with Drake, has been fond of Drake for a really long time, considering that they were trying to sign him a few years back. It only leads me to speculate that they're doing this to try to get a deal with Drake, since they weren't able to get it the first time. The music exec Cohen wasn't able to get Drake to sign back in 2018. We know that Drake ended up signing with UMG. But I feel like Def Jam is doing this so that way they could build some type of relationship or build some type of trust with Drake. Maybe if he signs with them in the near future. I mean, Drake is suing his label UMG right now, and I'm assuming that he's not going to stay with UMG after all of this is said and done. There could be labels out there doing stuff like this, like what they did to Pusha T and Clips, to try to get on Drake's
Let me tell you something. Drake is going to leave UMG. And if there's another label out there that gives him the right deal, y'all might see him somewhere else. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's Def Jam. Def Jam been trying to get him for years. For years. Like, that's the crazy thing. So I wouldn't be surprised at all. Hold on, let me get to these comments. Let me see. That's why you don't see smart black women in music. That's why you don't see tons of educated black people. They want you all to just live what they think you should act like how they want. Except, girl, pin. It's essentially racist. It's not. It's racist face value, but it's like. It's almost like. Honestly, I'm gonna say it. It's almost like slavery, but we're playing a mental game. This is mental warfare. This is a different kind of slavery. This mental warfare is different. They're getting you through your own music. Think about that. Watch this. Okay, check this out. I want y'all to check this out. Let me switch my screen for a second because I was trying to find it for a while, but it's on my story. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all need to see this right here. Let me go ahead and get my... Hold on. See post. Perfect. Y'all need to see this. Let me switch my screen. This is where we came from. This is where we came from. Y'all need to understand where we came from. This one. Yep. This right here is example of where we came from. So let me go ahead and play this.
Understand, my era of music was the toughest era in hip-hop ever. When I put out songs, I had to go against DMX, Jay-Z, Eminem, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, Luda. All of us are fighting for one spot. From 99 to like 2008, 10, it's the hardest era ever. But you got to understand, my era...
There's a reason why I played that. If you guys are familiar with L.A. Reid, he had a sit-down on a podcast with Tank on the R&B Money podcast. He was talking about moments like this specifically. When you had the Nelly go up against the Ludacris, the DMX, the 50 Cent, the Eminem. And though, mind you, those were the male artists. At the same time, the female artists had their own tracks as well. And every single person were going for a number one spot. The reason why I said this is because from that podcast with L.A. Reid, he was mentioning that in all these different labels, boutique labels to be specific, in all these boutique labels, the one thing that was always the same was that the gates were open. The gatekeeping didn't exist back then like that. If you had the talent, if you captured your audience with how you rapped or the kind of songs that you had, if that's what you had on your catalog, you're going to get pushed. The reason why I'm bringing up boutique labels and all that is because at that same time, with all these different talented individuals, and mind you, that's not the end of the list. That's the list based on his perspective. The list from our perspective has at least 3 times more artists. But the reason why all of these artists had a chance is because there was black people working in those damn labels. That's what happened back then. That's why we had so many artists. That's why we had a plethora of music everywhere we go. Remember when I used to, or not even used to, but remember when I was mentioning that once upon a time it was R&B and rap, both going back and forth. Whenever rap was down, R&B was up. Whenever R&B was down, rap was up. That's what it was once upon a time. And everybody had their shine. Everybody made their money. Everybody was on tour. Everybody was doing something. We came from a superior era. We really did came from a superior era. Think about this. If all those black people and all those different labels weren't there, imagine the 2000s then. Imagine that then. And then tell me how bad it would be. Think about that for a second. What's good, J-Tom? So is he going to drop it? Who knows? Who knows is my question. Who knows? But think about that back then. Look at J-Tom, bro. Salute to the guy. Salute to the guy. Yes, sir. There's a lot of truth to what you're saying, Flex. The issue is that more money is made when people pander to the monopolies, so the issue is just capitalism. Bro, Bro, trust and believe me, brother. yo, NK, trust and believe me. I was getting there. Yo, trust and believe me, I was really getting there. But yo, I just want y'all to think about that for a second. You know what I'm saying? Oh, damn, you got them summer school classes, bro. Hey, one thing about summer school is that it's so easy to get that A+, bro. It's so easy to get that A+ in summer school. So as long as you lock in and you know what you're doing for real, bro, you better be a straight A student, bro. That's all I expect. That's all I expect. All right? But yo, just like imagine, because back then the culture was understood better. The culture was really understood better back then because it was represented everywhere you went, with every music video, with every artist, with every team behind the artist, everything. Trust and believe me, like it actually mattered for real. So when you take that away now and then you look at all the artists today literally missing that kind of drive, that kind of push, the kind of people there to help them accelerate their careers, it's so much harder now because now that there's narratives, now that they want to push ideas, it's a bigger problem to really get songs like Whips and Chains out now. It's really harder to get those songs out right now, man. Always, that's what's up. That's what's up. So that now when I get to NK's point, and he's talking about the issue is more money, is that more money is made when pandering to people. That's where I was going for real. Because when you take that away and you only focus on this one thing over here and you live by this, the result is what you get today, because what they're telling the artists now is that if you do this, you can make the most money this way instead of doing this or instead of doing the things the way you want to do it. Did you see what they did to Ice Spice? That's literally the example right there. Bro, they told her to twerk everywhere to the point where she was fed up. And when she was fed up, she lost the weight. But here's how messed up it is, because the times that we live in are different. Because the pandering worked, when she lost the weight, everyone said, why would you do that? So what did she go and do? She went and get her yams back. She went and get her whole yams back. But while that she was getting her yams back, look who they put in replace. They go found her clone. They found her clone. And they're trying to push the clone now. What's her name? Stunna something. But they're trying to push her now. And then where's Ice Spice? She's just out there modeling. Yo, get out of here. Yo, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. Oh my God. It's not hard if you're independent. It's impossible. But it's instilled to us from very young age because of the type of society we live in. NK, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But watch this now. Which decade? Which decade? Because from the 2010s and up, I can 100% agree with you. But if you're talking the early 2000s or even the 90s, the times were different. The times were different, and that was a time where people were still understanding the business. So that even though they didn't fully understand the business, they did understand the criteria. And the criteria was to provide for the consumer the best way we can. And we got fed. The consumer got fed with nothing but good songs, good music. You can honestly and happily say, from the 2010s going back, every song was perfect. No matter who was putting out something. Every song was perfect. From the 2000s going to the 90s, the 80s, Every song was perfect. Of course, we're going to have our own biases. That's completely fine. But there was definitely some superior tracks at the time. So, I think a lot of people still care, but it'll take a lot more time for people to wake up. But NK, watch this. This is the problem now. Because they pandered to us so well, a lot of us already know that that's what we're supposed to do. But because we're so comfortable in what we know now, and because how money is made from this comfortability, nobody really wants to make the change. That's the thing. Because they made everybody lazy by pandering to them in this kind of way and showing them that, nah, whatever y'all were saying back then is completely opposite. It's fine to do this. It's fine to do that. It's cool to do this. It's cool to do that. People ran with that for years saying maybe they're right. And now that we're in this time and everyone's realizing, yo, maybe they're wrong. It's too late because everyone's too far in it. And because we're too far in it, it's going to be so much harder to crawl out of that hole. So now that you're stuck here, what are you going to do? And a lot of people aren't down to put in that work. The same amount of years that it took to make this pandering work is the double amount of years that it's going to take to get out of that. And a lot of people are not ready to hear that. My God, you and ordinary people. I swear to Christ. You and ordinary people. Natasha, you going into bed now? All right. Natasha, you have a great night. Sweet dreams. Take care. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. I hope you wake up with some positivity in your heart and a nice bright sunshine like the one out there on your face. All right. Sweet dreams. Thank you for stopping by. Take care. But I think you're right to a certain degree, Flex, but the seeds were shown back then too, Flex. The people at the top of the rap industry, etc., like Jay-Z and particularly the Bame too. That's the dark side. So watch this now. That's the package they gave you. Let me explain. That's the package they gave you because that package was mixed with a whole lot of good, but at the same time, it was mixed with a whole lot of bad. But because you had literally the best of both worlds, that's what we took and that's what we ran with. So when you look at the 2000s now, that's where you say the package was given. From the 2000s going up to the 2010s. The package was given to y'all in that decade. They gave you premium music overall. Overall, all the songs were premium. However, if you look at the specifics behind every song and listen to what they're saying, that's how they got you. And then it was almost like a social experiment when you think about it. It's like a long-term social experiment because listening to the songs back then and the content matter and everything from what you're hearing and the fact that it worked just because you put a good beat behind it, take that same concept and apply it today. And that's what you have. It's almost like they've been cooking this for years. It's messed up. It's messed up for real. Till the Drake thing, UMG and shit like that was run by Clive Davis and Lucian Grange. They're too old. Don't kill me, man. Don't kill me. But no, so to NK's point, I agree with you. The seeds were sown back then too. So I agree with that part. I completely agree with that part. But it's twisted how they did it. I love my girl bosses in the chat. We already feel like family. Natasha, we appreciate you. And even in the 2000s, a lot of the content wasn't great too. Like Big Pimp. Oh, I know. But that helps. But NK, that helps my point with mixing a whole lot of good with a whole lot of bad. You know? So that when you go and look back to some of the songs and you're hearing what they're saying, even just look at DMX, for example, bruh. Look at DMX. Bro, we love all his songs. But when you listen to the explicit version of the songs, you sit there like, nigga, what did you say? So, yeah. I think the music industry will collapse before that happens. It's happening now as we speak. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, trust me. Trust me. It's twisted. It's twisted, but what I'm breaking down is the process. I'm breaking down the process of how it worked, not just the points of how it worked. So a lot of times when I explain things, I'm explaining the how and not necessarily the what, because it's easy to answer the what, but to explain the how takes a lot more thinking. So I'm giving you the how. I'm literally explaining the how as we speak. Damn, I ain't hear Big Pimpin' It Forever. I remember girls, oh my, girls all over the world. What? Oh my God, bro. NK, but for a decade, Clive Davis and Lucien Grange ran the show. Jay-Z and everyone answered them to old white people till Drake sued and both of them stepped down. That's crazy. But yeah, that's literally what they did. The fact that the conversation came from a little part of a video like this is crazy.
Good side. So that way, when he does decide to sign to somebody else, he could most likely sign to them because they've already showed some type of trust or allegiance to him. I don't respect it. I don't think it's a good look. I think Def Jam choosing the side of Drake, even though he's not even signed to them, to be honest, it doesn't really make sense to me still, because it says here that Def Jam, and it said in the article as well, that they are owned by Universal Music Group. I just don't see the point of Def Jam doing this. It says here that Def Jam Recording, also simply known as Def Jam, is an American multinational record label owned by Universal Music Group. So if they're owned by UMG, I don't know why they would do this. I just don't get it. I don't know what's the purpose. If they're
The Queen is here. Yo, where's Sharon at, bro? Slay is here. How you doing, Slay?
owned by UMG and Drake is going against UMG, I don't see what they get out of it. I don't see what they get out of dropping Pusha T and Clips. It's not like Drake is going to go to them if they're still under UMG. At this point, who isn't under UMG? UMG owns everything, right? Am I tripping? The other speculation that I have is that Def Jam didn't want no issues with Drake. Now, this is just speculation. I'm just spitballing here. But what if Pusha T had a song with Kendrick Lamar? He had a feature with Kendrick Lamar. Def Jam is well aware that Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar are Drake's biggest ops. And even though there was probably no subliminals, what if, and I'm saying what if, Def Jam didn't want no issues with Drake at all, didn't want to be named in the lawsuit, didn't want to be caught in the crossfire between this beef, and they were respectfully asking Pusha T to take off Kendrick Lamar's feature because they were afraid that Drake was going to sue them next. I'm only guessing because the only thing that takes me back is this part right here, where they say that UMG is a record label that is the owner of Def Jam. So that, like, again, I don't know. I don't see what the purpose of them doing this other than to avoid any confrontation that involves Drake in the near future. They mentioned right here that UMG is Def Jam's parent company as well. So I could only assume that they did this.
Yo, Slay, I'm all right. Just another day. I got work soon, so I can't stay too long. I'll probably give y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I probably have to go in like 15 minutes if I'm gonna be completely honest. But I need to explain this point, going back to NK's point where it said, and the more they answer to old white men, the more money they make. Here's the problem behind that now, because I agree with that, but the issue is because of the kind of control that they have in the music industry, unfortunately, you gotta be like a Jay-Z and learn from them to kind of do your own thing. Because think about how you have to get to that table. Just think about how you got to get to that table first. You got to be a top charting artist. You know, you got to be like, you got to have a very influencing voice. That's definitely what Jay-Z was, even though he never dominated any of the years that he was out. But he was doing a lot of work behind the scenes. And because he was building that network, having all those contacts and all those people that can get him to that table, he was able to learn from them. And because he was there for so long and learned enough, he started to do his own thing. You know? That's kind of what we have to do, unfortunately. So the more that we sit there and learn from them, the more that we sit there and listen to them, of course there's going to be more money in their pockets, but also at the same time, if you want to play the long game, that's also more opportunities for other people out there to start their own thing and actually be successful. It just takes a lot of work. And like I said, speaking towards the lazy people of today, how many people are really down to put in that work? That's the real question. A lot of people don't want to put in that work for real. And that's unfortunate. You know? It's very unfortunate that a lot of people got to put in that work. And it's tough. Because the more that you sit back is the more they advance. But the more you sit back and learn from them is the more likely that you can advance further from them. It's just going to take you about half a decade or more. So that's a whole other problem in itself. NK, knowing Drake's lawyers, they would bring it up and how UMG have affiliates and why they can be blamed for using bots. Yeah, I agree. We might be talking about different things. I'm talking about the cause of why hip-hop content is the way it is now in the mainstream. I think all Drake stuff is just a symptom of nonsense we see. I don't know. Maybe what I'm explaining, maybe it might be different from what you're doing. But my point is that you got to learn from somewhere. You got to kind of learn from somewhere. So I feel like we're still on the same page. Maybe we're on we're two different parts of the we're on two different parts of the page, but I still think we're on the same page, no doubt. So yeah, still come hitting that like, but I'll be glad if I catch some of Ren. Yeah, we got to get back to the Ren videos, no doubt. Soon though, soon. I think all the Drake stuff is just symptom. Okay, my bad, gang. Whoever that's fucking with fucking shit. Only Tiff coming in with Euphoria bars. Come on. It's definitely hard to keep track in the chat ever since there's so many chats coming in. I mean, I meant in response to Rebecca. No, oh, got you. Definitely on the same page. All right, say less. Okay, that's good. Just messing with y'all for the alcohol. Hey, Bad Wolf, bro. Salute to you, Bad Wolf. We appreciate you, brother. Imagine how Drake must be if UMG is really blocking Kendrick from clips. You can't stop Kendrick the whole time. Definitely enlightening. All right, let's go.
It's just to avoid any confrontation involving Drake. Maybe they didn't want to get sued, but who knows why they really did it. This is just the other speculation that I was thinking about last minute. But your guess is as good as mine why they didn't want this feature out, why they didn't want to put Pusha T on the label and put this album out the way that he wanted to, the way that he intended to. Either way, I think that Def Jam was being real petty. I think it's a good thing that Rock Nation is going to take this album and promote it and push it better. I think they'll do a better job of pushing this album than Def Jam would be able to. But if you ask me, and if I was Def Jam, I'd rather have a Clips album with a Kendrick Lamar feature. And this story is bigger than Def Jam just dropping clips and pushing from the label. It also shows you how these entities, how these labels, how these companies are working after the beef, the sides that they're choosing, the people that they're rocking with, the people that they're not afraid to cut ties with. These are the things that we don't see. And Pusha T telling us the story is letting us know that the beef is far from over. We may talk about it publicly, but there's still things behind the scenes that are happening. And it's affected more people behind the scenes than we thought. It's affecting labels and how they handle artists, and how those artists feature other artists that have problems with other artists that they fuck with. I mean, I think this is something that's happened for a really long time. I think labels and artists beefing with each other has been going on since forever.
Yep.
But this is to show you that the beef isn't over. Still things happening behind the scenes. And I thought this is a real important story to point out. But y'all can tell me how you feel in the comments about this, man. And how you feel about this album coming out. How you feel about Pusha T. How you feel about the Clips dropping an album. Have you heard Ace Trumpets? Have you heard Birds Don't Sing? Chains and Whips? Y'all tell me in the comments, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video, man. Peace. Keep it a legend.
Yo, to Jay Tom's point, I saw what you said, but the issue is that what you're saying is right. The problem is about who does he know? Who does he know, and what kind of dirt does he have on them? That's it. That's literally like just all right. Think about Drake's dominance for a second. Just think about his dominance for a second. Think about all those songs that came out, all the songs that hit, all the songs that missed. Think about every single song that came out. Think about the dominance. Think about the marketing push. Think about his face being literally everywhere. Think about his name being in everybody's mouth. Just think about that for a second. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do all that at all if he was an average artist. The average artist is not going to have the kind of network these individuals at the top have. That's unfortunate. That's what it is. And you know for a fact, UMG provided a lot of his network, if not majority of his network. But because that he is that kind of individual, he's that kind of person that people liked prior this, that just goes to show you what kind of dominance he had behind the scenes. Forget about what's in front. Forget about what's in front of our face. Think about behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, he was probably the devil for real. Think about that. There you go, the money and the influence, for real. It's tough. And the money is also tied into why he has so much influence and power. He can pay to get dirt on people and has a huge network and can pay for marketing and propaganda. That's probably why he went broke. That's probably why he went broke. If you want to be honest. That's why he went broke. Just think about it. Think about all the money you had to spend to get what you want. And then you have this rap beef in front of you. And you're literally trying your best. And now that you lost, you're trying to double back and trying to find a way to get him. Forcing a round two. Even though there's no more round twos. There's no more round twos. It's one and done. You can't force a round two. It's not necessarily Drake who had the power and influence. It's the people he puts around him here in Canada. That's my point with UMG providing most, if not all, of his network. Come on. If you know how to work with if you know how to work with a label, then you know how to utilize the label. Nah, the play is right there. Listen, forget about all the tracks. Forget about seeing his face everywhere. Forget about all the interviews. It's all behind the scenes. It's all behind the scenes. That's literally why he is who he is. It's from all the work, all the info, all the dirt from behind the scenes. Because it's kind of odd that he's been like or not necessarily number one, but he's been dominating in terms of presence for this long. It's weird. Exactly, yo. Putting yourself on a payroll for benefits will never be good. Just look at how fans be with the song. Yep, for real. For real. NK, I didn't work for Kendrick. Niggas from the city when I entertain old boy. Yeah, Kendrick was definitely a unique beast. Facts. And yo, the same way how Drake had a lot of like inner workings in the background, it's same thing for Kendrick, but Kendrick is literally on the opposite side of what Drake is on, because you got to remember, people gave the dirt to Kendrick. You got to remember that people gave dirt to Kendrick for real. Imagine you being literally the face on everyone's screen and you have to pay for dirt. Just imagine that for a second. That is crazy. Every time someone calls Drake old boy, I think of the movie Old Boy. Yo, don't kill me. But yes, no, it's a wicked world behind the scenes. The world is nasty behind the scenes. This is just an example. What they're trying to do to Pusha T with Whips and Chains and not put it out is an example of how nasty it is. It's all an example of how nasty this shit can get, man. Trust and believe me, it's not pretty out there. It is not pretty out there at all. And it's getting worse and worse day by day. You don't believe me? Just look what they're doing with the younger artists. Just think about that. All these younger artists out there trying to make a name for themselves and nobody's going nowhere. Yet a lot of them are way better than the artists that are out today. Just imagine you put out a song and you had all the bars, all the entendres, all like literally the best flow, and you had the perfect beat to tie it all together. And everybody is listening to a song that's saying, what the hell? What the helly? What the heliante? Yo, bro, like, what are we talking about here? What the hell is going on? Are you serious? Bro, you can't make this up. But J Tom, just like what you said, that's what I'm saying. He's a horrible person, and so is the music industry. But don't you think two entities like that can go hand in hand together? Two negative entities can go hand in hand together and live in holy unmatrimony. Like, like literally, just when you describe it like that, it literally just sounds like two people that can work together. Yeah, he basically gives those criminals a big bag to protect himself. It's lame, for real. For real. Because he has shouted out criminals and their organizations from Canada, I have found 6 songs so far. If this is right, he's self-snitching on many people in the music industry. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Two negatives don't make positives. No, you're absolutely right. That's why he's suing UMG. But taking it away from math, it literally goes together. It literally goes together. Like, it literally sounds like these two things should be together. But even looking at it from math standpoint, two negatives make a bigger negative if you're speaking towards addition. If you're speaking towards strictly addition, those two negatives can equal to something more negative. That's all I need to say for that one, though. Honestly, this was a really good video. In my opinion, this was a really good video. Damn, I was speaking. That's messed up, but it definitely adds up. Trust me. Anyway, look, that was a good video by DeVille. Salute to him. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I was not supposed to be on for long today. So at this point where we are right now, this is where we're gonna charge it. Y'all are gonna see me tomorrow though on Tuesdays. Tuesdays is gonna be the same time at 4. I did this because I'm gonna have to start streaming on Mondays if they're gonna take away my Sundays now. So that's why I'm doing the Mondays, just to let y'all know. So I'll let you guys know when it's gonna be a Monday to Friday kind of situation. But for now, I'm doing this Monday just to say, even though I wasn't able to get to y'all on Sunday, I'm here for Monday, so I just want to let y'all know that. But this was definitely a good conversation. I never thought this whole video would bring up this kind of conversation where we're speaking the inner workings behind the scenes within the industry. It's twisted. It's definitely twisted. You know? So there's that. Either way, yo, I gotta go. It's time to work for real. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, salute to you guys for stopping by. I appreciate y'all, you know? I appreciate y'all, no doubt. I actually loved this conversation. Yes, big salute to the Flex Mob. Y'all know the vibe already. But I have to say, I really like this conversation. I like these kind of conversations because it's not only insightful, it can get very educational at the same time. Because you're going to start to learn about things that you don't really know about or don't really understand. And this is opportunity for a lot of people to start sharing this news everywhere. Because, yo, the more people that know about what happens behind the scenes is the more they have to switch up. He should disintegrate from the don't kill me. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. If you want to be truthful and honest about it, it's not going to happen, unfortunately. That's the reality behind it, you know? But anyway, yo, guys, listen. Time to go. Time for me to boogie. salute to every single person that stopped by today. Hopefully, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow at 4 p.m. Okay? Other than that, time to go. So, listen, take care, be well, be safe, stay true, be you, live long, and long live. Peace. Gotta go. Y'all know what time it is. Tips, or, Slay said it. Slay said it. Money off a mech, you know? Alright, y'all, later.